guys, so let's jump on to the return of Renzo cast members who are still doing interviews talking about the experience. Of course, those are the Tanzanian actors and actresses. Of course, the ones that we know about is Priscilla, Jumajux, of course, from Tanzania side, Priscilla, Jumajux, Zuchu, Prisca, and Othman. There was also Nanadol. There was also this lady, I forgot her name. I think I'll find out later on as the video will be going. It was a Nigerian movie, being one of the biggest industry in Africa. You've seen good movies apart from South Africa, I think. The last time I checked, South Africans have some dope-ass movies on Netflix especially. But anyway, that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the movie industry in Nigeria, and of course the experience that Tanzanians had when they were working in Nigeria, and of course working with a Nigerian crew. We've had nothing but the best, y'all. We've had nothing but the best, and now I'm feeling like I should visit my friends at Port Harcourt. What do you guys think? So let me show you this interview as I'm going to do the translation for the people who wanted to know.
In such ukaribu wangu na kina Priscilla baada ya harusi, na sio kama tuko karibu. Mimi ukaribu wangu na Fatma tu. Kwa hiyo Jux mwenyewe Priscilla baada ya harusi. Mara kwanza kabisa tulivyokwenda.
Okay guys, talking about Fatma, this is the second person that I've heard that are saying that they were close with Fatma before being casted, meaning Fatma might have played a huge role into them getting their roles, okay? Of course, the audition is not like they were handpicked. Iyabo gives me the vibes of a person who is very professional, honey, know how to separate business from family and friendships. So she said that she was very close with Fatma before getting close with Prissy and Jumajux. Getting close with Prissy and Jumajux, she said it was after the wedding, and of course when they first visited Nigeria. And she also added later on,
ni mwanamke mwenye upendo, mwenye huruma. Vitu vingi vingine viko behind the scene that I cannot say. That's one of their kind. Yeah, naweza nikasema hivyo.
Labda unaweza ukatuelezea labda kitu kimoja tu ambacho ameshakusaidia Fatma?
She was very kind kwa sababu kule tunapoenda mara kwanza tulikuwa hatupajui, yeye ndo anawajua. Kwa hiyo she was make sure kwamba sisi kila kitu kiko sawa.
Of course, the lady go ahead and say that Fatma is one of the good people that she has ever met. Of course, the guy went ahead and asked her, what are some of the things that she has done to you? Tell us one of them. And she said that when they first visited Nigeria, of course, because Fatma probably was the one who knew how things work there, people around. She said that Fatma was the one who was showing them around, introducing them to people. So according to her, she's saying that Fatma is such a good person. I mean, it actually shows why her and Priscilla are this close. It also rubbed to the mother, because there's this video that I saw, I don't know if I'll be able to post it there, of when Priscilla was going to Nigeria, how Jumajux's mother was hugging Priscilla. You can't even tell that it's mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. You would think it's literally biological mother hugging their biological daughter. It kind of make me look at certain mothers-in-law in the area, and I'm like, God damn. I'm not trying to throw shade, honey, but the worst thing you can pray for is having mothers-in-law from hell. Let's continue the interview.
As I said, because nimepata a couple of interviews, so wanna appreciate vya kwao, and us sisemi kama we don't appreciate, but atuweki more effort na vitu vyetu. Mtu anaweza katoa movie anasema tu cinema, watu hawaendi, wanaenda tu baadhi. So like kama,
of course, she spoke a little bit about her experience with a Nigerian crowd, and she said that it was such an amazing meeting people, the love that was shown, the couple of interviews that she gave, and she also said that those people are putting in more effort, especially when it comes to their work. That's why their fans are going out in numbers to support. She also added that is something that she's not used to, especially in TZ, for example, in Nigeria. The music is still, people are still watching the movies, on premiere it was He also added it's unlike something that she has seen in TZ where somebody will invest their money, make a movie, and of course put it on cinemas, but instead it will be just a few people who will show up to go in and watch the movie, unlike what she saw in Nigeria. She was very, very excited about the experiences that she experienced there. Let's continue.
Kule inawezekana wasanii hawana ukaribu sana, lakini wanasapotiana. Mtu akitoa cha kwake, wengine wanaenda. Yeah.
Of course, she also talked about how sometimes you might see actor and actresses or other musician not liking each other, for example, but when there's something like that, they always go out of their way to support. We've seen this before, and like I remember there's a time where I think Diamond and Burna Boy were nominated for MTV Awards, if I'm not mistaken, and some TZ, like for example Mwajaku, was going out of their way to mobilize people to go in and vote for Burna Boy instead of Diamond Platnumz. I remember when Diamond lost, Mwajaku literally went on celebratory mood, and that is something that, according to her, she's saying that it is weird if you go over there. People don't get along, honey, but when there's something that need to be support, something that will elevate the nation, everybody will come out to support, and then they can go back to the positioning that they were before.
Shiriki wa Tanzania wako ngapi?
Zuchu, yes. Yuma, Patrick, Othman, Nanados, and Priscilla. Yeah.
Okay. Kwanza ongeni sana.
Asante.
Of course, she go ahead and mention people who are from Tanzania who in that movie, because usually we see only few who manage to go to Nigeria. Of course, include Zuchu, whom we've seen on the picture of the flyer, that is. But she's saying that apart from Jukes, of course, Othman, that is Patrick Kinumba, and of course her, there's Nanadol, there's Priscilla. I think she counted at least 5 people. So you can imagine 5 people getting that type of exposure, okay? I would say 3 of them, or probably 4 of them, or rather 3 of them are real-time actor, or rather 2 of them are already in a place where they definitely might go places when they get they continue to get the exposure that they're getting, that is Prisca and Othman. I feel like it is just such a good thing, and it's something that should be embraced. And of course, as the return of Arenzo will be coming to TZ, I think it's something that should be huge, should be celebrated, because Prisca once said that these are moments that she manifested it. She really wanted to happen, but she did not know that it will happen that fast. So of course, they've made connections. Of course, Othman has talked about, possibly working with other people too, because of new faces. Of course, his accent being that he's from a different culture background. They probably have different stories from TZ. Anyway, that's just about it, about that interview. Anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Keep it classy, stay